Here are 3 events you need to know before markets open tomorrow. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. It looks like NASDAQ futures are slightly in the red. They're down about 0.5%. Is this due to the partial government shutdown that went into effect after February 14th? Or is it because, again, finally on February 20th, the Supreme Court is supposed to rule on Trump's tariffs if they are legal or if they are illegal, and the US has to pay back all of what it's already collected. The other thing that I do want to make sure that you are aware is obviously during the overnight hours, for those that have access to it, you can see that markets are slightly in the red. This is just overnight hours activity. It can be in the red right now, but by the time the markets open, they can be back into the green. So again, we will talk about this a little bit more in tomorrow's live trading session. We'll wait for direction to be clear. If we see more fear in the market, we'll be happy to short. But if we see some recovery potential, we'll do our part in working with the market. So again, make sure if you want to tune on into tomorrow's live trading session, that's the second link in the description down below. The thing that I also want to highlight are the series of different companies that are set to report earnings this week. I want to show you the list. Obviously, you do your part in making yourself aware of whatever companies you're either invested in or thinking about investing, to make sure that you're not surprised by the time that they actually report earnings. The bigger names are Carvana, setting to report earnings after the markets close on Wednesday. We have Walmart before the markets open on Thursday, and Opendoor, in my opinion, an incredibly overvalued company. Fundamentally, it does not make sense on why it gapped up. And I mean, if you guys have paid attention to the way that this thing is trading, it hit highs of $10. It's already down over 60%, and there's more downside to present itself. It's trading at a negative 13.4x PE ratio. It's a company that loses $300 million a year. It's not a new company, but it likes to position itself as a new company. Again, to me, this is just the laughable stock. They tried to do the GameStop play where they were like incorporating a bunch of hype and marketing behind their company. They went from 50 cents per share. And again, anything is possible in a market full of greed, right? And it pumped up to highs of $10, but it looks like since then, right, now trading at $4 per share. You see, again, we've had numerous examples of this. There's nothing wrong with taking advantage of a momentum trade if you know how to trade momentum, right? You know when to take profits. You don't over leverage yourself at overbought levels. So if direction does turn against you, you can quickly be in the red, right? You just take profits. It's not about, oh, but it's pushing up higher. It's, you know that you made a very quick return within a very short period of time. They're irrational moves. They're unsustainable moves, especially when you understand the company fundamentally. It tried to position itself as it's incorporating AI. There's a new CEO, and they're trying to revamp the company. I believe it's complete bullshit. If you believe in the company, be my guest. Feel free to buy it. But I think that there is a reason on why it's been failing for so long. And again, not just based off of recent timeframes. I want you to zoom out and look. Again, it's been an existing company from the highs of 110. It sold off. It tried to rally, and then it sold off again. There's a reason it's been failing, and it's simply because it's a shitty company that loses hundreds of millions of dollars every single year, and marketing isn't going to fix that. It's just truly that simple. Its revenue quarter after quarter has not, improved. So we'll see this Thursday if they actually exceed investors' expectation, or based off of consumer outlook being lower than what was expected. Housing is obviously slowing down. So I think that would be the perfect formula for Open to continue to sell off. Again, I'm very excited to follow up, and we've talked about this stock when it was trading at $8 or $9 per share, calling it out for what it is, and it's a bullshit overvalued company within a short period of time that gathered a lot of attention, became very relevant, but then again, fell on its face. Now it's at a critical range. It's about to break below that major support of $4. Once we break below that, it wouldn't really surprise me if it heads back down to that $1 per share. So again, very excited to follow up. Nonetheless, shorting comes at a greater form of risk. You should not be shorting if you're a beginner, and I just want to make sure that that's very well understood. My big focus for the week is going to also be BTC. BTC, although I don't trade crypto, I like to pay attention to its direction, because if crypto continues to sell off, normally MSTR continues to sell off. And I like shorting MSTR when Bitcoin sells off. We've been making a ton of money as Bitcoin has been selling off, and MSTR has also been selling off from highs of $450 to lows of $100 per share. In my opinion, there has not been an easier stock to short and make money on than MSTR. But like I said, shorting does come at a greater form of risk. It's not designed for beginners, and it shouldn't be done by beginners, right? It is relatively on the oversold side based off of previous patterns, but I believe that Bitcoin will only go lower. So if that's the case and Bitcoin does continue to sell off, that means that MSTR will also continue to sell off. I think Michael Saylor right now is down about $7 to $8 billion on his Bitcoin holdings, and he's been dollar cost averaging into BTC for the past 5 to 10 years. Again, proving the simple point of no one cares about how much Bitcoin has grown in 10 to 15 years when your average purchase price is $76,000 per Bitcoin. Again, it's just laughable. But nonetheless, we love calling out overvalued and overhyped up companies because we either like shorting these and or we like to take the money that we make off of these bullshit companies and actually invest it into good quality companies that are actually growing quarter after quarter, right? And again, we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail in tomorrow's live trading session. So make sure you cherry pick whatever stocks stand out to you that you want to be aware as they report earnings. And again, we'll make sure that we do our part in staying up to date with them. So if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. It will give you access to the live trading session, A to Z video lesson library, and the private group chat. LPP is a one-time payment for lifetime access. And right now with the second link, you can get $300 off. Join today and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. Also, do not forget, if you want to download Investing Pro, it's the first link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.